Greetings! So, what you're going to see in this video is some footage that I filmed before day 1 of Anime North 2023. For the most part, there are two instances where I include some footage that was filmed after the con, because I failed to mention some things that I wish I did when I initially recorded this stuff. And when those instances pop up, I will announce them as such, so you won't be confused as to what was filmed afterwards. Now, I've had a lot of ideas for new Anime North videos, and these clips are, an example of those ideas. I feel that they're good and relevant to this series of Anime North 2023 videos, so that's why I'm putting them out there. Originally, I was going to include this stuff in the video that was going to be called Anime North 2023 Day 1. It was going to have the stuff I filmed before Day 1, the recap discussion, where I discuss what I did and at the con and, the events and whatnot there. And then whatever I filmed on day 1. But as I was editing this, I felt that the video was too long, so instead I'm just going to include the pre-day 1 footage as its own video. But in a sense, this is still a part 1 of this Anime North 2023 series, just not a day 1 video, because there is no footage from day 1 of the con in this video. But in any case, yeah, let's get going. Good morning, YouTube. Orky here, and once again, it's my turn to make an anime convention video for YouTube. Anime North has returned once again, and, well, it's now my task to archive more random bits and pieces of history in places that are including, but not limited to, my room and the Toronto Congress Center. Now, at the time I filmed this little clip here, it's Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Therefore, Anime North hasn't happened yet, but, of course, by the time you see this, Anime North will have come and gone, but here I am. Ooh, right now. Yes. Now you can see this Friends Are God's Life Preservers poster once again. We've got a good amount of stuff to film for this video, such as my ride there on the TTC, me going to the Harvey's by the con and, getting some grub. You'll even get to see what I order. Won't that be exciting? You'll get some sweet footage of both the inside and the outside of the Congress Center and, various hotels surrounding it. You'll get to see much of the dealer's room and see all the various Nintendo Entertainment System games for sale. You get to see some Sega Dreamcast games for sale. You'll get to see some PlayStation Portable games for sale. Yeah, those are some examples, of course, and maybe one day we can look at this footage many years into the future, look at the prices of the games at the time and be like, damn, it was so much cheaper than what it is now. In the same sense that we might do looking at, convention videos or videos of places that, sell games, recorded in 2011 or 2010 or 2009. And be like, wow, look at how much cheaper this game was at that time period. I know, isn't that just something? Now, it really wasn't that long ago when I was in that part of the room with the camera angle similar to this, where I was talking about my experience at Anime North 2018 and 2019. In fact, you might remember in the case of the Anime North 2018 video, I actually had my boxes for Wonder Project J2 and Super Mario All-Stars over there in the corner. Like, watch, I'll try and put them in the same spot. Yeah. Kind of like that. Let's zoom in on that. Yeah, there you go. That's a very shitty recreation, but you kind of get the idea. You know, right, let me move these here. Or, you know, sitting in that same spot back in 2019, talking about my experience at the con. Well, you know, since then, obviously, not only is the collection grew, but obviously there are certain games I couldn't, you know, showcase or randomly talk about at the time because they didn't exist. Not that I really was, you know, randomly pulling out game after game on the shelf and bringing them up, you know, and saying something about them. But, you know, some examples of games that couldn't be featured in those videos are Kirby and the Forgotten Land for the Nintendo Switch. Or how about Valis the Phantasm Soldier Collection, also for the Switch. Again, couldn't have done it in 2018 or 19. This did not exist at the time. But imagine if it did, you know, imagine if everything else was the same. I was, you know, there chilling, wearing my, you know, Coca-Cola shirt, and holding this game for some reason. Well, now I can. I don't have the Coca-Cola shirt on, but you get the point. Whoa, hey, Future Wesley here. Just wanted to add a little bit more to the conversation here, because I genuinely cannot believe I did not mention this when I was recording those clips at the time. But in addition to not being able to show off certain games in Anime North videos of the past, because they didn't exist at the time, there were games that I personally couldn't show off simply because I didn't own them at the time. Games like Kung Fu and Rollerball for the NES. These are games that I just got this year. And just to keep things simple here, I'm going to say that, you know, I'm going to keep this to videos that were made. I'm going to keep this topic related to videos that were made sometime within YouTube's lifespan, whether it's con videos or any videos for that matter. So basically, in other words, videos made from 2005 till now. These games obviously could have been showcased in any fucking YouTube video. But in my personal case, couldn't do it till this year. And I bring these up not just because these were games I bought this year, but these were also games that I put the time into beating this year, before the con. You know, just more experience and stories to tell. Because Kung Fu, you know, is obviously a very well-known NES game. I've known about it since either 2007 or 2008. You know, right around the time I learned more about the NES and whatnot. Rollerball, on the other hand, was a game I didn't know about till, I want to say, either 2015, 16, or 17, one of those years. And even then, it wasn't until this year where I actually got a good listen to this game's music. And it's really goddamn good. The main table, the music that plays during the table gameplay actually kind of sounds like Mega Man music, even. But, you know, after hearing that, it just kind of really gets those creative juices going for me. Maybe you'll actually hear music from this game either in this video or a future video. Maybe not actually in this video, but, you know, again, it's just some food for thought here. You know, imagine if I had these games in the Anime North 2018 video, or imagine somebody just talking about these games in any Anime North video, or a fucking, you know, let's say an Otakon 2006 video. You know, or any NES game for that matter. Just some food for thought is basically what I'm trying to say. You know, in the vast library of NES games, they could have all had some sort of story to tell within YouTube's life, is what I'm saying. And that goes for a lot of games in general. But you already know that, I'm sure. And now, here I am in the kitchen with Valis the Phantasm Soldier collection for the Nintendo Switch. How about that? Here's a little look at the booklet here with the interview in it. The front and back of the book, that is. Very nice. July 10th, 2023, Wesley here, and I brought back out Valis the Phantasm Soldier collection on the Switch to give you a closer look at the cartridge, but also to show you the alternate cover art front and center. Now, the art used here is the cover art to the North American release of Valis 3 on the TurboGrafx CD. So that is pretty cool. There's the spine. There's the game description. I should also note that the back of the box here is the same on both sides of the cover art. Yeah, like it's the same text, same, pictures, same everything. Now, the games included in this collection are Valis the Phantasm Soldier, Valis 2, and Valis 3. Valis 2 and Valis 3 did both get North American releases on the TurboGrafx CD, but even so, the versions included on this collection are the Japanese versions. Valis 1 here was only released in Japan. All three games have English subtitles, which is very nice and helpful to the majority of people who are interested in owning and playing this collection. Now, Valis 1 here could be alternatively more accurately known as Mugen Senshi Valis, or Mugen, depending on how you want to pronounce that word, Mugen or Mugen, or just depending on how that word is pronounced in general, or even more so, it could be known as Mugen Senshi Valis, the Legend of a Phantasm Soldier. Because that's what it says on the title screen and the cover art of the game. Valis 1 here proudly proclaims itself as a Super CD-ROM game, whereas Valis 2 and 3 here are CD-ROM games, or alternatively TurboGrafx CD games, because again, they had North American releases. And despite what the logos for both may show, it's not pronounced Super CD-ROM 2 or Super CD-ROM squared. It's Super CD-ROM or CD-ROM. So yeah, I mean, you could also call it PC. You could also call them PC Engine CD games for the sake of simplicity. So yeah. Now, in my 2020 Christmas presents video, while showing off Zillion 2, the Tri-Formation for the Sega Master System, I mentioned that I indeed also owned the first Zillion on the Master System. And here it is. Yeah, look at all those little details of paper rip on the top of the insert. Well, for the fuck of it, here's some gameplay.